Dave sat on the edge of his bed at 2 a.m., staring at his own feet like they belonged to someone else. They burned, they tingled. Some nights they went numb, like they'd been falling asleep and forgot to wake up. He pressed his palm against his heel, just to feel something real. Nothing. Just that awful buzzing static, like his nerves were stuck between channels in a radio. This had been going on for 3 years. It started small, a little tingling in his toes after long days on his feet at the warehouse. He brushed it off. Everyone's got tired feet, right? But the tingling turned into burning, and the burning turned into numbness, and the numbness turned into fear. Real fear, the kind that keeps a grown man awake at night, wondering if he'll still be able to walk his daughter down the aisle someday. Dave did what most people do. He went to his doctor. His doctor ran some tests, nodded, and wrote a prescription, and then another, and then another. Over 3 years, Dave tried gabapentin. He tried Lyrica. He tried nerve pain creams that smelled like an old locker room and worked about as well as one. Each pill came with a promise this one should help, and each promise faded a little faster than the last. The worst part wasn't even the pain, it was the fog. The pills made him foggy, tired, and strange. His wife said he wasn't himself anymore. He'd forget conversations mid-sentence. He gained 15 pounds just sitting in a recliner because walking hurt too much to bother. He missed his son's basketball games because standing on bleachers for 2 hours felt like walking on hot coals. Slowly, piece by piece, peripheral neuropathy wasn't just eating his feet, it was eating his life. Dave had almost made peace with it. He told himself, this is just what happens when you get older. This was his new normal. Numb feet, foggy brain, pills, and a slow retreat from the life that he used to live. Then one Saturday at his cousin's cookout, an old friend named Marcus pulled him aside. You still dealing with that nerve thing? Marcus asked. Dave nodded, embarrassed. He didn't like talking about it. My uncle had the exact same thing, Marcus said. Doctors had him on 3 different pills. Nothing worked. And then he found this place in Bethel Park, Chronic Conditions Center. They don't just mask it with drugs. They actually look for why it's happening. My uncle is walking without a cane now. First time in 2 years. Dave almost laughed it off. He'd heard promises before, but something about the word why stuck with him. Nobody had ever asked him why his nerves were dying. They'd only ever asked him how bad the pain was on a scale of 1 through 10. A week later, still skeptical, Dave walked into the Chronic Condition Center. The visit felt different from the very first minute. Nobody rushed him through a 5-minute appointment. Nobody handed him a prescription pad before they even understood his story. Instead, they asked him questions, real ones, about his blood sugar, diet, stress, sleep. They ran tests and actually looked at nerve function and root causes, not just symptoms. For the first time in 3 years, someone was actually investigating the actual problem instead of just numbing it. They explained that everything changed for Dave. Nerves don't just die for no reason. Something is starving them, poisoning them, or depriving them of blood flow and nutrients. Fix the cause, and the body has a real chance to heal. Dave started a plan built just for him. Nutrition changes, targeted therapies, and drug-free treatments designed to restore blood flow and nerve function instead of just muting the pain signal. It wasn't instant. Healing takes time and patience. But within a few weeks, Dave noticed something that he hadn't felt in years. A little tingle of hope, right alongside the tingle in his toes. By month 3, he felt sensation coming back in patches. By month 6, he walked around the block pain-free. By month 9, he stood the entire length of his son's basketball game, cheering from the front row instead of hiding in a folding chair. Today, Dave still remembers that 2 a.m. moment sitting on his bed, terrified of losing his feet. But now it feels like a memory from someone else's life. He didn't need another pill. He needed someone to ask why. If your feet are telling you a story your doctor hasn't listened to yet, maybe it's time someone finally did.